And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition of the Grand Platypus Open, number 94. Oh my god, we've had 94 of these already. This is, of course, our bi-weekly dose of Southeast Asian, Oceanic, and Asian StarCraft. And here we go. We are kicking things off with a ZvP, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have the Indian Zerg player representing Majorino Esports. It is Demi. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese oh my god. We have the Taiwanese Protoss player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is nice. Here we go. Demi already popping off here with something a little bit cheeky. Just send a drone across the map. It is going to be a hatch gas pool opener with the hatchery, of course, across the map. We bring this up a lot, but for those wondering, for those that are curious as to when is the best time to proxy hatch, it is very map dependent. Depends on whether you are on maps like Gresvan, maps like Ancient Cistern, and Royal Blood as well. The reason for this is because there's no ramp. There's no ramp coming into the natural base, so you don't have to worry about high ground vision, you don't have to worry about elevation. It's a little bit harder for the Protoss player to defend, and we can see that Nice is looking for the proxy and will come across it. Does find the hatchery. Again, Nice across the map was just checking this. I mean, did see the opener, of course, did see that the hatchery was missing, and was aware that a proxy was possible here. Here we go. We have a defensive forge on the way. We have the first zealot being printed out as well. With this forge, we can throw down cannons, we can throw down shield batteries. We have a little bit more to support these gateway units here of Nice. Meanwhile, also important to bear in mind that Demi hasn't sent any drones with this. He mines gas, but only enough for link speed, so he's not going to be roach rushing with this, and he's not going for spine crawlers either. It's just queens and links. Interesting choice here from Demi. It's also a little bit further back as well because it wanted to be hidden. I'm really curious to see how Demi is going to be able to piece this together here, as the Zealot is doing a lot of damage already. Would you see the Adept coming out as well? Lings are backing up here for that link flood. Meanwhile, it looks like the probe does scout and confirm that there is no additional gases, that there are no roaches with this. And of course, he's aware that there are no spine crawlers either. Yeah, we can see Demi's transitioning. He's spreading creep backwards across the map. We do see the natural base being taken, and Demi is droning. Demi's in a really rough position here. He did force a reaction out of his opponent. He forced out a forge and a cannon and a shield battery, but outside of that, Nice still expanded. Nice is still in a really good position. The tumor does survive, just barely. Nice is moving out across the map. Demi is about to finish up speed in a couple of seconds, so Demi should be able to clean this up. He should not lose drones to these adepts. And here we go. We are gonna not commit to the shade. Nice is gonna be forced back. And Demi does retain his worker count. He has map control with these links for the most part. He should be able to keep up with the adepts of Nice. And things are from here gonna calm down a little bit. Now, there are certain advantages that Demi has. The hatchery is still alive, and he's spreading creep. What's important is that he has creep covering the triangular third base location, and he is trying to head on over towards the left-hand side as well. As Nice, it looks like he may just commit into a two-base all-in. Demi, he scouts the main base, confirming that there's no tech in the main at least. Meanwhile, he sees the robo. He sees the robo on the low ground as the adepts do arrive here, going to try to chip away at that hatchery. They are going to get cleaned up. But yeah, Nice is going for a robo. He's going for +1. This is almost looking like an immortal slow lot all in, which is, I mean, you make immortals, you can warp in slow lots, so you just go from there. I'm really curious to see how Nice works with this and what kind of all in he's going to go for. It does look like he's not really planning on expanding. Likewise, Demi's got a roach horn on the way, taking his additional gases. Still trying to piece together what's going on. We do see a surround on the Adept once again, denying vision here from Nice. Has he seen the third? He has not, so Nice is not fully aware about what Demi is doing, whether he himself is going for an all-in or he himself is macroing. Twilight Council and 2 more gateways are on the way. This Twilight Council is very late, but I understand the logic behind going for the rover first, because you can get a fast observer, and we need to clear up all of this creep. That's a lot of creep to work through. So we are going to be cleaning it up. Trying to at least. Oh! Oof. As the ups are being forced back. Behind this we have a prism, so it's going to be 5 gateways in total. With that Twilight Council, we can either go into Archons with the Temple Archives, like we can take up even further, or we can start working on, I imagine, Charge. Charge is probably the best bet. And there we go, Charge is on the way. Again, it coincides well with +1, more so than Glaive Adepts. Immortals are in production, and yeah, we are committing. Demi's doing a great job at just, yeah, retaining his creep, punishing these adepts for moving out onto it. Back at home, Demi's drowned up to 55, which I would hope is the end of the droning. Oh god. He's going to drone up a little bit further. He has to be very careful not to be too greedy here because he needs army, he needs roaches. Lings, they come in once again, but here we go, the Immortal has been revealed. Hatchery is going to be going down, and Demi, he's got a 4th on the way, which is okay for Lava. He's going to be cutting workers here at 60, but we need roaches. Again, he's done a great job recovering. He's done a great job at just keeping nice back at home. Here we go, Zelta being warped in. We have 6 more roaches in production. We're getting some safety spore crawlers as well, just in case the DTs. Prism is slipping into the main. Meanwhile, back at home, Nice is... It looks like he recognizes that he's taken a little bit too long. It's taking him too long to really have too much map control and map presence. And he's expanding. Here we go. He's working on +2. He's still on a high gateway count, don't get me wrong. He's, what, on 8 gateways? Jesus. Like, he definitely could have all-ined off of this. But he's expanding. He's taking up. He's working on Blink. He's thinking further ahead. Meanwhile, Demi, he has roach speed. Honestly, he could try to drone up to around 66, and then just make nothing but Ling Bane and just move out across the map. And it looks like that's what he's going to do. He's going to be cutting workers here at 60 earlier. And Demi's going to go for a massive Ling roach push. Going to be working through these rocks. Queens keep up with the Prism. And can Nice defend? He's going to have sentries, so force fields are going to be quite useful to him, unless there are Ravagers, and there it is. Ravagers are being morphed in as well to help deal with said force fields. He's got +1 Zealots, soon to be +2. He's got 2 Immortals, which is not too bad. He's about to have a 3rd Immortal, but this attack is going to hit before Disruptors. Robotics Bay is about to finish up. Disruptors are going to be key here to defend, but I believe Demi should hit first. Shout out to the platypus. GPO. It's beautiful. And here we go. Demi is going to be moving on now. There are 4 Immortals waiting for him. It's a lot of Immortals. One of them is staying back here within range of the shield battery. Good positioning out of Nice. Oh, despite that, it looks like we may just have a little bit too much DPS, and that Immortal is going to go down. Zealots are being hunted down as well. These 3 Immortals are still doing a lot of damage here in the back line, but the Biles connect. The Biles do connect. The Disruptor has arrived, and it looks like Nice is slowly holding. He deals with the Roach Army. He's getting on top of the Ravagers as well. Demi overextending for a moment. Oh. Now he could keep trying to break him. Like, he did kill 2 of the Immortals, so the Immortal count is cut in half. I believe the Overcharger was spent. Demi is trying to get on top of this. With his reinforcements, he wants to get on top of these Immortals so desperately. Another Nova goes up. Only gets 1 Ravager. 1 Immortal falls. A second one is going to fall as well. The Disruptor is exposed. And even though Demi's being forced back, he's trading well. He's getting all the high-tech units. It takes a long time to rebuild those robo-based units, as we only have 1 robo at a time. We're only making 1 at a time. And Demi is forced back. Behind this, he's droning. He's saturating his 4th. Zealot run-by is going to disrupt the economy a little bit, but Demi was already making his way back home. And Demi is going for a Spire. Now, the Spire just got scouted. Very important here for Nice. The Zealot Romine was never intending to really scout tech, but it did. And now he knows he has to focus on Stalker production. Main base is looking a little bit exposed. We're continuing Stalkers and Disruptors. Now, Demi has a lot of gas banked up. Can't really make too many mutas, but you know, it's probably what he wants to try to invest in. But here we go. Nice is pushing out here and now. He has a decent economy. He's on 3 bases, taking a 4th. Nice, it doesn't move out. Just gonna be vying for map control. He's just getting his 4th base up and running, just building up his disruptor count as well. And we have not made any mutas yet, which I appreciate from Demi. Like, he's working on +1 air attack, yes, and he has a lot of gas, but I'm pretty sure Demi, he wants to fight, he wants to trade first, and he doesn't want to show his hand yet. There we go, 12 mutas are in production. As Nice moves out, Demi is going for a base trade. Oh my god, okay. I do think that Demi could have fought this. I do think that Demi could have gone toe-to-toe with this army. So I'm not too fond of the base trade, I'll be honest, but he does catch a Disruptor for free. Here we go, the Disruptors are coming back home. Oh god! Demi's caught between 2 armies here. As it looks like we did see a recall as well. Big Nova on the Roaches. GG gets called. And Nice will take game number 1. Wise choice recalling back home. Just getting a beautiful surround on the army of Demi. Meanwhile, Demi, I don't think he needed to go for the base trade. I do think he had enough to defend at home, but he just, yeah, he wanted to try to go for it. Wanted to take that risk to potentially just end the game and cause a lot of chaos. Mutas are a great unit in a base trade as well. That's probably what Demi was hoping for. But Nice turned back around. GG. GG. Well played. Whew. That was a close one. That was a close game. Hold on. I'm turning on my cams. There we go. There we go. GG. Yeah, definitely Demi had his advantages. I do think that his push when Nice was stuck on 3 bases, when he had 4 immortals as well, I do think there was potential there in that attack, but alas, Demi just barely was not able to break his opponent. And yeah, with that, Nice does take that first game. Oh, GG. But it's a series. We have plenty of games ahead of us, plenty of opportunities here to come back, which is all good. Here we go, getting into our next one. But yeah, meanwhile, I hope everyone in the chat is doing well. It's great to be back here with GPO. For those wondering, this is a bi-weekly tournament, so every fortnight, every 2 weeks, we have GPO. As long as we're not like conflicting with another major events like qualifiers or like dream hacks or anything like that, then we usually host this. For those wondering, this will not be our last cast of the night. We have GPO, and then later on tonight in the evening we have WTL qualifiers as well. And we're not stopping, but we're not stopping. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Babylon, we have the Indian Zerg player representing Mancherino Esports. It is Demi. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Taiwanese Brodos player leading the series 1-0. It is Nice. Representing Starlight Twinkle. Again, we are on Babylon. The likelihood of us going for a proxy hatch is a lot lower this time. Demi's going to back off, expand where he should, back at home. More of a sensible expansion location this time. So So yeah, Demi just going for a hatch gas pull back at home. Nice, likewise, going to be going for a gate cyber expand. So things are going to be a little bit more calm in the early game of game 2. We're calming down, calming down. Welcome everyone in the chat. Welcome. Hello, Demi. Marblite. I do. Einstein in the chat. Go Joey as well. Bienvenidos, bienvenidos. Easy Phil. Sounder, Werehug. Welcome. Welcome. Of course, if you want to tune into the rest of the bracket, !B to have a look at said bracket. We have a bit of a smaller bracket tonight, but very high quality as well. The winner of the series moves on to face Go Joey. We have me and Micah. We have you, and we have Oriana as well. It's been a while. It's been a while since we've been able to cast Oriana in GPO, so I'm happy to see Oriana once again. Love to see it. Also, hold on. I need to add Honmono. What's going on here? Where is the most honorable of honorables? Why is he not here? Este Honmono. I have to send him some eyes. Okay, there we go. For the time being, though, Nice is going for a much more standard opener this time, going for a Stargate opener instead. Should be for Oracle, so things are looking a little bit more normal here in Game 2. Likewise, back at home at Demi, he's just chilling here, just going hatch gas pull. Going to be pulling out of gas once he has 100 filling speed, and he's heading towards his third base as well. So, things looking pretty normal so far. Everything is looking as it should. And after a chaotic game 1, you know, I don't blame the players just, you know, easing up a little bit here. Again, that previous game, I do think that Demi did have certain advantages overall, and I don't think he was in any danger of dying if he had stayed at home to deal with the Stalkers and the Disruptor army. Yeah, alas, things escalated very quickly when he went across the map, and Nice was able to swallow up his army in the end. But we'll see how he approaches things here in our next game. I'm also curious to see how Nice approaches things. Like, he is a very unique player as well. We haven't really been able to talk too much about the players themselves this series, but Nice, he can be a very aggressive player. We have seen him go Mass Void Ray a lot in this matchup. He did it against Oreo. He did it against, I want to say, Go Joey as well. No, sorry, Silky. That's it. He did it against Silky. So, yeah, Nice. He is... He can be very aggressive at times. But there we go. We do have a Twilight Council follow-up after the initial Oracles. Speaking of, Overlords are being hunted down. Quickly checking, we have 2 Oracles currently on the field. And we are skipping the 3rd Oracle. This is looking like Glavid Eps. The reason why I say that, there is no Forge. We don't have a 3rd Oracle as well. So a bit of a faster Twilight Council than we usually expect. And Nice is hoping to catch Demi off guard with this. We'll see if he takes up in a different direction, but oh yeah, he's actually going to be going for Blink. Okay. I stand corrected as the Oracles try to get some damage done, but they are being forced back. So this is really interesting. We have Blink on the way. Because it isn't going to be Glavid Eps, and because there's no Forge, I'm feeling a 3-way soul in. But we'll see. We'll see if he just goes for a delayed Forge instead. Usually, again, because we don't have any Forge, we don't have any upgrades, we don't have a lot of longevity with this army, it does mean that we don't really intend for the game to go on much longer. But interesting, now we're making another Oracle. We have some gateways on the way, not too many. We'll keep an eye on the gateway count. And there's that Forge on the way, so just very delayed here from Nice. Interesting. He's just prioritizing Stalker production more than anything, and the Stalker presence. I mean, hey, he gets another Overlord, to be fair. Does get another Overlord. Nice, going to be rotating around, looking to deny more of this creep. Back at home, he's walling off, getting more gateways. Nice, going to be threatening the main army as well, but for the most part, just looking for map control, getting a lot of these tumors. Getting a lot done with a little. Now we have that third Oracle hitting the field. And yeah, so far Nice has done a really good job at not committing to like getting any worker damage or any queen kills, but just rotating around, denying all this creep, just waiting for himself to ramp up here. If at any moment Demi tries to surround this after the oracles are for, they're here to punish those lings. And even the queen gets sniped as well. So really meticulous control here out of Nice. Just making sure his stalkers are safe and sound. Almost getting another queen. Up! Stasis trap is going to go off. The lings though, they do manage to get 2 stalkers. Not too bad. Almost get a 3rd stalker as well. Plus on melee, of course, kicking in. Demi has been able to join up to 64. He does have a 5th base on the way. For the time being, Demi should be done droning. Should be focusing on just producing an army. Well, Nice is taking it 4th. And Nice is also not really resting on his laurels. Again, +1 is delayed, sure, but it's on the way and it's going to be hitting with charge. We have a Templar Archives as well for Archons. So Charger Archon is going to be coming out here for Nice. Alongside the Stalkers, of course. And yeah, again, Nice is not really forcing himself into any of these bases. He's just clearing up a lot of creep. I should maybe put a little bit more emphasis on that because, again, Demi, he just can barely have any creep out on the map at all. Nice is just doing a great job at just rotating over. Yep, just killing so many tumors so far. And now he does come across the 5th base. He won't be able to engage with it. We do see Demi trying to go for a surround. Does catch the Stalkers. Up. Oof. Wasn't able to kill too many or any of them, but did force Nice back. As Nice backs off, he's going to be reinforcing it with Zealots, with High Templar. Storm is on the way. Now Nice actually has an army that can push onto creep, that can deal with these roaches, with the lings, with the banelings. Suddenly his army is that much more terrifying. And we're on Babylon, a pretty small map. Not too much area to traverse, and he's already pushing into the base. Can a Demi hold on? Bailing speed is still 10 seconds off. Storm is going to zone him back at the same time. Does go for a ling run by just to get an eye on the saturation. Speaking of, drones are going down. There we go. Demi does split off a couple units. Does deal with the Zealot run by. Here we go, Demi just trying to set up a surround, trying to come in from multiple angles. Does bait out 1 storm, a 2nd storm as well. But that's a little High Templar. We are up to 8 High Templar with this army. Sorry, 6 now. As 2 of them are morphed into an Archon. 6 High Templar. Most do have 1 storm available. It looks like there are maybe 4 storms here with the army. About to be 5. There we go. 1 of them is going to be used. We have 4 more left. Hatchery does go down. Zealot run by forcing a big commitment here from Demi as well. He is going to be cleaning it up though. And Nice, after killing the hatchery, he is backing off. He's looking to take another base. Despite the fact that Demi has been maxed out, again, he's just been having a really hard time finding an opportunity to engage with this army, and as a result, Nice is getting further ahead. A very slow, meticulous control here from Nice. He's pushing forward, takes down some more tumors. Demi tries to go for a run by, but he gets caught out in the end, and Now, Nice is in a pretty commanding position here. He's maxed out, he's got Archons, he's got plenty of Storms, and Demi's stuck on a Ling Bane Roach Ravager army. He's trying to transition into Lurkers, but it may just be too late. Zelt's into the main base, forcing Lings back home. Banelings are getting ready, but we have plenty of Storms. Here we go. Demi's rolling on in. He will connect with some of the army, but Nice, he just takes it. The Storms are insane. Demi's army melts. GG gets called, and Nice takes game number 2 and the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played. Just because 2 armies are maxed out does not mean that they are the same or equivalent. Basically, Nice was able to, be very methodical in his gameplay, very slow, very meticulous, was able to gain map control and slowly just get a stronger army, eventually with Archons, with Storm as well. And Demi was stuck on Ling Bane Roach Ravager. And as you can imagine, Ling Bane Roach Ravager, it's a good composition, but it's a composition that needs to trade. It's very cheap, it's very cost effective. You do need to fight over and over again, maybe go for run-bys, go for counterattacks, and ideally trade and stop the Protoss player from maxing out. If you don't, then you can get rolled over, as we saw. We can see that Demi, he was thinking further ahead. He was planning on trading out his army and getting into Hydras, getting into Lurkers more importantly, but he had a really hard time finding the opportunity to do so and finding the room to do so. So GG, well played. As a Nice will take the series 2-0 and advance on into the next round.